myself. I'm like, what am I doing wrong? And then I looked at it. I was like, it has to remind yourself.
Alright, which ones do you want to see?
Number 4, number 22, number 21, and 20.
What?
All of them at once.
2, 4?
No.
4.
Yeah, we'll do that one first.
4?
Yeah. I feel like I was just being stupid. No, I got.
It's being stupid?
I got the equation wrong. That's what it told me I got wrong.
Okay, so you got the x-intercept is 8, or mine is, y-intercept is 12, equation of slope-intercept form is... Okay, so slope-intercept, remember, is slope-intercept is just the fancy word for y equals mx plus b, right?
Yes.
So you're going to take this thing and just solve it. So 6x plus 4y minus 48 equals 0. Solve that for y. So we're going to get, I'm just going to isolate 4y. Gives me negative 6x plus 48 divided by 4. Give me negative, what, 3 halves plus 12. I got to put my x on there. And you see that it's writing differently. Okay, they're putting the variable term second. It doesn't matter. It's commutative. You can move it around. Okay, 12 minus 3 halves x and negative 3 halves x plus 12 are the same thing. Is that okay?
Yeah.
All right. So just be careful with, maybe it was a simplifying problem or something like that. It will not accept, for the most part. Sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. For the most part, I don't think it'll accept like negative 6/4 as my slope or something like that. It's got to be reduced. What was the next one you want to see? 20. Is that the one with the story problem?
No, it's perpendicular.
Okay.
Well, I was like, I know how to do this, and then I kept getting it wrong. So I was like, maybe I don't know how to do this.
All right. So the key thing here is the phrase perpendicular bisector, right? Okay. Now I did this exact same. Is everybody's 1, 6, 9, negative 2? Like I've generated this a couple times and it's giving me the same question. So somebody give me their ordered pairs. Callie?
1, 4, and 7, negative 2.
Okay. Just so we have a series of different questions on the video. So 1, 4, 7, negative 2, and we want to find the perpendicular bisector. So what does that mean? What does perpendicular bisector mean?
The line that goes through it.
A line that goes through the segment connecting the 2 points and it intersects at a 90-degree angle straight to the midpoint.
Okay, so the key thing here is it's got to go through the midpoint, right? So a lot of people, this is what I'm getting a lot of people to do. They're finding the perpendicular line. Let's say right there is the perpendicular line. So they're finding the slope of the segment. That's correct. But then for x1 and y1 in their formula, they're using 1,4. Well, if I use 1,4, I'm telling everybody that the line that I'm creating contains the point 1,4. So it would be that segment, right? That's not the bisector, correct? Likewise, if I try 7, negative 2, okay, that is not the perpendicular bisector, okay? So I've got to find the midpoint first. So how do you find midpoints? Right, x1 plus x2 divided by 2, and then y1 plus y2 divided by 2. So we're going to take these two numbers, okay, 1 and 7 down together, divide by 2, so that's pretty easy, right? 4. And then do the same thing with the y values. 4 plus negative 2 divided by 2 would be 1. All right, now I like to draw pictures of this. I obviously use judgment because it helps me realize, yeah, that's probably correct, right? All right, it puts that point in there. And now, let's see if I can get to show its name. So now we want to find the equation. We need to go. Oh. Came in this morning, hooked up my laptop that I generally use, and it's still signing me in. I got here like 7:40. So everything's kind of jacked up today. Again. Come on. Let's just do this. Alright, so we need to come up with the equation that goes through that point. So that's our x1, y1 that we're going to use in our formula. Okay. We also need m, right? Okay. Now, we're looking for ultimately that line. Okay. Is that line going to have the same slope as the segment? No. What's the relationship between that line and the segment? Opposite sine reciprocals. Okay. So we need to go and find the slope of A to B. Okay. This is how I like to do slope, especially like if you're looking at it like this, and you're trying to find slope between these 2 points. I mess that up all the time because they're aligned horizontally with one another. So I always do this. I always take my points 1, 4, and 7, -2, and I line them up vertically because now I know my numerator is going to be the y's subtracted. So let's go 4 minus -2. I can go straight down, and that gives me 6. I go 1 minus 7 gives me -6. When they're lined up horizontal, I always mess that up, and I get a lot of people when they're working with me individually, they do the same thing. It's not kind of the most pleasing way of looking at points for the slope. So what's that give me? -1. Okay, so that's the slope of the black line, right? So what is the slope then of the red line? Yeah, 1. It's got to be the opposite sine reciprocal, right? Which some people look at -1. Well, that's that as a fraction. Make opposite sign. Okay, so it's kind of a boring opposite sign reciprocal, but it is the accurate one. So then we're going to go y minus y1 equals m times x minus x1. And that's going to provide you with x1 and y1 as being 4 and 1. Y minus 1. Slope was 1. X minus 4. And then you guys can go from there and solve for y, right? Okay. The key thing, and I had several people ask me this morning issues about that. They had everything right, but instead of 4, 1, they're using 7, -2, or 1, 4, or whatever the other point was. So just be cautious that you got to pay attention to those keywords. There's going to be a lot of things, and we've already seen it so far. The word tangent, the word perpendicular bisector, a lot of stuff from 10th grade geometry showing up vocab-wise that if we don't know what they mean, we really can't do the problem accurately. Okay, so if you struggle with those and don't remember some of those vocabs, get on Google. Google what does perpendicular bisector mean. Okay, but you cannot do those problems without an understanding of that kind of background. Does that help? Any others? 22. Okay. So this one, I'm not gonna. This is the same one. I don't want to grab somebody else's numbers because the graph.